Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. Well, today we're going to make a flock block and get it baked up in the oven to give our chickens another treat. Now this is different than the suet cake that we made, in as the suet cake is made with our leftover grease and coconut oil, and so when it sets up, we don't bake it in the oven. We let it set up, whether we put it in the fridge or out on the porch, and let those oils and the old grease solidify, and so it's real easy for the birds and the chickens to peck at and pull those things out. This is a flock block, and we're actually going to bake it in the oven so it'll come out hard, and so that I can put it in the chicken yard and let the chickens peck at it. And it'll be a little bit more effort than a suet cake, where they can just walk right up to it and take a piece out of it, like they did with the oranges and the dried cherries and the other things that we put in there. This is going to set up more like a granola bar that's been baked in the oven, so they'll really have to peck at it, and it'll be another thing that'll take care of their boredom. But they're also, on our farm, my chickens are free range, and so the snow is about gone. It's really muddy outside, but they can go out in the pasture. Back here I have my my cows that are calving, and so there's cows and calves, and there's a lot in this pasture directly behind the house. There's a lot of manure that come spring will get spread out all over the pasture and be a nice fertilized. But just to be totally honest with you, in the meantime, the chickens scratch all of that, and they get tasty morsels, I guess. If you're a chicken, they get things out of that, and so they partake in that, and they have this flock block as a boredom buster and to give them some other things. And I'm going to get this turned around so that you can actually see what the ingredients that I'm putting in the bowl, and we'll get this put together. Okay, I have 2 cups of scratch grain put in my bowl, and I'm going to put in a cup of layer pellets, and I'm going to put in a cup of sunflower seeds and bird seed. You could put in half a cup of each, but I've got bird seed here, and I'm going to mix that up. So it's a total of, a little piece of branch there. This is going to be a total of 4 cups of scratch grain, layer pellets, bird seed, and sunflower seeds. And you can see I have a good mix here. This is going to make 2 flock blocks. So you can probably mix and match what you want to put in here as far as your grains. I don't think that I would put in just one thing. I would make a good mix. And so it's going to be 2 cups, or I'm sorry, 4 cups total of your different kind of feeds. So there is sunflower seeds, and there's bird seed, there is laying pellets. And for those of you that don't know, these are laying pellets. It just helps them with their shells and with the laying process. And then the scratch grain, it looks more like well, it's like cracked corn. So to this, the 4 cups of chicken and bird feed, we're going to put in 1 cup of oats. Right in there. And I'm just going to get these all tossed together. It's not a big, drawn-out process. Okay. The next thing I'm going to add is just a couple of things for chicken health. I'm going to add ground cinnamon, and I'm going to add cayenne pepper. And you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon or so of ground cinnamon. Just sprinkle it right in. No drawn out thing with that. The same with your cayenne pepper. Now be careful with your cayenne pepper. I usually start sneezing, so if I do, just pardon me, and I'll try to edit that part out. Now I'm just going to put probably about a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper in there as well. That's just a warming for the chickens. and kind of toss that together, keeping in mind that you've got that pepper in there. And so don't, you know, don't put your face over the bowl. And get that chili pepper, or I mean, sorry, cayenne pepper sucked up your nose, because you will start coughing if you're anything like me. The next thing that we're going to add to this is an oil. And I'm going to add a half a cup of melted coconut oil right in there. Coconut oil has a whole lot of benefits for us, and we're going to give some of it to our chickens. And I'm going to add a half a cup of molasses. I love molasses, but I did not when I was a kid. And I'm just going to pour those right in. They smell so good. So we've added the oil, we've added our molasses, the grains, the oatmeal, and I have one more ingredient to add in. And it is 3 eggs. These are farm fresh eggs. We're going to give them back to the chickens. And now it's just the point of getting this all mixed together, just like you were making a cake. And that's what we're doing. It's just, we're not going to want to eat it. Now you're going to need a couple of pans to cook this in. You could bake this in cake pans if you want to. These are going to just pop right out when they're done. I told you that I found that big giant stack of pie tins when I did the video on suet cakes. And so that's what I'm going to put mine in. And then we're going to get them in the oven and bake about 325 degrees. Okay, so I've got 2 of these flock blocks made up. Got them pressed into these pans, and I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm going to put them in the oven at 325 degrees, and I'm going to bake them for 30 minutes. Now when they come out, you want to let them cool completely before you take them out to your chickens. And hopefully they'll come out in one big block out of your pans. If they don't, you can leave the pan in there, or you can knock it out and let it crumble. It's up to you. If they don't stay together, well, that's not going to hurt anything. The chickens will still eat them. And that's why I put mine in these pans, that if I take them out to the chicken yard, I don't have my good pans tied up with these flock blocks. So I'm going to get them in the oven, and when they're done, I'll bring you back and show you what they look like. Here are the flock blocks fresh out of the oven. They're cooling. It actually smells like something really good baking. I'm sure when Blake comes in from work, he'll wonder what we've done, but he'll not want to slice him a big piece of this. Now this is setting up and cooling, and I'll be able to take these out to the chickens tomorrow, at least one of them, and give them a good treat. Well, okay guys, there you have it. Spent my gun on. Okay guys, there you have it. Chicken flock blocks that we just used our chicken feed that we already had, oatmeal, eggs, molasses, oil, and a few little spices, and the chickens will have a nice treat. It didn't cost us a fortune. And we've got 2 pretty good sized flock blocks. I hope this helps you guys look well to the ways of your household, including your animals. And until next time, guys, this is Josie. I love you. I really do. We're gone.